I can't tell if I'm sick or not. Adam's been like deathly ill for a week.
Oh, really?
And I think everybody's getting COVID, but I just feel kind of like run down, and I can't tell if I'm like actually sick or if I have like news fatigue.
Really?
Because I get into like, something will happen and I'm just like locked in, and it'll be days on end where I'm just like refreshing to see if there's any more information. But yeah, since this shooting thing, I've just been.
You think that was a hoax?
A hoax?
The shooting?
Like in what way?
Like you think it was staged?
Do you think it was staged?
I didn't think so, but my friend last night, I was talking to him and he was like, please, that
Is
shit
it
was
a comic?
staged. He used to be a comic like years ago, but he's like a big Trump hater.
Yeah.
And he was like, come on, that was like some blood ketchup packet thing.
I fully encourage the like going off the deep end like Democrat conspiracy theories now. I think it's like, because now you see like conservatives that are mad about it. They're like, oh, this is Blue Anon. These guys are just as bad as QAnon. And it's like, no, encourage that behavior.
Right.
I think that's good. If someone like actually tried to kill Trump because they thought the first shooting was a hoax,
Yeah.
that would be the funniest motivation of all time.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's, I mean, like I've seen some of that. I've seen, because, he gets up and he goes, where are my shoes? Because
Right.
I guess when the Secret Service tackled him, it knocked his shoes off.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't hear about that.
Well, every candidate is 185 years old, right? And I don't think you get to a certain age and you can't wear like regular shoes anymore because it'll cut off the circulation of your feet and they'll have to be removed.
Interesting.
So I think they all wear like slippers. Joe Biden has like, he wears like, you can see it when he goes upstairs. He has like special old people shoes.
Interesting.
That look like dress shoes. So when the Secret Service tackled him, they knocked him over. And I saw people on Twitter saying like, oh, well, he was hiding the blood packet in his shoes. So when they tackled him, he took his shoes off and pulled the blood packet out and put it on his ear. Because obviously you can't just keep it in his pocket. That wouldn't make any sense. He has to hide the blood packet in his shoes because
interesting.
they're going to check him they're going to say, okay, Mr. President, empty your pockets. We need to make sure you're not hiding. I saw someone else say it was fake blood, which he has access to because of his time in the WWE. So they're under the impression that the fake blood is a controlled substance.
Right.
You can't. This is not. You need a license. You have to be like some kind of government contractor to get it.
Yeah.
You have to pass a background check.
You got to know Vince McMahon.
You got to know Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you beat Vince McMahon in the billionaire face off?
So he's like, listen, I need a favor. I'm going to need a packet of fake blood. And they're like, I don't know. It feels like I'm getting in over my head here. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Just promise me this. You're not going to carry it around in your pocket. And he says, no, I'm going to hide it in my shoes. And when the shooter intentionally kills two other people, when he intentionally misses me and kills other people, then I'm going to take my shoes off quickly in front of all of the cameras. And there'll be multiple angles so everyone can see it. So we need to make sure we nail my shoes coming off and then me reaching into the shoes and getting the blood packet and putting it on my ear.
When you put it that way, that sounds crazy.
It's crazy. It is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you see the speech last night?
I didn't. Yeah.
No?
I didn't see that one. But no, the host thing is crazy. I mean, like I don't. Because these things happen, and then the problem with any conspiracy theory is like something starts to make sense, and there has to be a little bit of like conjecture in your head. But once you make one connection, then you're like, well, I'm an expert now. It's like I have to continue down this path and looking for ways to justify it. Because there's other people on the other side. They're saying, as you see, I saw somebody is like, because conservatives are now saying, because there's a picture of the bullet flying through the air. So like,
is that legit?
It looks legit to me. And it's like, the guy was he was shooting outside in the afternoon. And so he has I'm assuming he's shooting wide open. So he has like he's a very like fast shutter speed. And that's why he's able to capture the bullet.
Right.
And then you see people saying like, using that shutter speed is unheard of. And it's like, well, no, it's not. I mean,
speed is on what?
The shutter speed of the camera.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Now that I'm talking, you don't seem like a big conspiracy guy.
I mean, I can be. I don't like what's a conspiracy,
Yeah. I'm not a big conspiracy. Like, Earth is flat kind of shit.
I guess like 5 years ago, you could have called me a conspiracy theorist because I would have been like, yeah, Bill Clinton has this friend that has an island that he invites rich people to fuck children on.
Right.
And then people are like, that's crazy. But now everyone just knows that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Came out to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, the amount of stuff that happened with that shooting where it's like, this is just a glaring, I don't understand how they missed this guy. He was on the roof for 20 minutes. You know, it's like, it's got to be a level of you can't write off the idea of incompetence.
Yeah, I don't know how they missed him.
They didn't miss him.
Well, I mean, like, how they didn't see the shooter on the roof because other people
They did
saw
see
it.
the shooter on the roof.
Right.
That they flagged him as like a suspicious person an hour before the shooting. They saw him. He came to the event, and then I guess I still don't have all the information, but it's not clear because I just look at like Twitter and then it's very easy for there to be bullshit. You know?
Yeah, on Twitter.
But it seems like he came to the event, tried to go through the metal detectors, or was at least near the metal detectors or the rangefinder.
Interesting.
Right, so they saw him with a rangefinder, and then he went over to the building. There's another person that was just scanning the event, taking videos of it, like a civilian, and he's in the background. You can see him by the building, looking up at the building, looking around the venue. But they saw him. He disappeared. He came back with a backpack. They took a picture of him. There's one picture of the guy where it looks like it's kind of like fast motion and his hand is down on concrete. And it looks like that picture is, it's taken from above.
Yeah.
And it's either inside the building where apparently there was local police, like the local police's like counter sniper team was inside the building that he was on. They took a picture of him crawling around and saying, "Hey, what's this guy?" But no, this was clear that there was like a guy that they were looking at. What I don't know is at an event like that, there could be 50 people that they're doing that with. You know what I mean? Like we know that I understand that they know that he was there, but I also don't know if they were like, look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, look at this guy. But they did know he was on the roof 10 minutes prior. The question is like, I would imagine like, if not, there should be some kind of like either like override channel on whatever the communication is between all the law enforcement. There should be some kind of like red line, like, hey, there's a gun, and then the team closest to the former president pulls him off the stage.
Right.
You don't, because there's a question is, why didn't they take the shot until they shoot? That's valid. I mean, you don't want to just shoot somebody. It could have been just some fucking idiot kid that was like, I want a better view, and he gets up on the roof with a pair of binoculars. You can't shoot that person.
Right, because if you do, that's like a big problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. But at the very least, if somebody's crawling on the roof, you pull the person off the stage and say, hey, we'll be back in 10 minutes. We have to figure something out.
Right.
There's a security issue. We have to figure something out.
Yeah.